Hello there, you beautiful human. My name is Duffy, and today I'm going to be teaching you about this technique that's called shading. Super awesome. If you weren't here for our last episode, I have a link in the description for you to use so you can shade on that. If you've been with us the whole time, fantastic. Keep on using that art piece that you had from last lesson. We're going to be using a value scale today, so I'm going to have you print out all the things. Wow! I love paper! This is fantastic! So let's get going and move on into drawing time! Woo!
Drawing time, drawing time. Let's make some drawings right now. Yeah!
Hello everybody and welcome back to the fundamentals of drawing. Today we're going to go over shading as I mentioned earlier, so make sure you have your value scale printed out. And if you weren't with us for last lesson, have this printed out, which is a very, very faint drawing or outline of our beautiful corn dog man. So, and if you were with us last time, have your previous drawing so that way we can go over shading techniques. So what I always like to do is I like to start with the darkest shade and go on into drawing my highlights and then going back and remaking my darks darker if necessary. So we're going to start out with his hair, which is the darkest thing in the whole piece. So right now I'm just kind of very loosely giving it some shade, you know, and I'm going to be honest with you right now that this is not going to be my best work. I'm just trying to give you guys the general idea of how to shade things, and you know, while doing that I'm going to admit that it's not going to be absolutely perfect. It's not going to look super duper three-dimensional, but I want you guys to understand the basics. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just filling this in with a darker shade, trying to make everything a pretty even shade, and then going from there and then darkening it up. And so I'm going to show you my technique of how I do this. Right now I'm just kind of just doing lines up and down, very, very light. I'm not pushing hard at all on the pencil. And then from here, I'm going to do some circles. Circles are really great. The reason why I do circles is because they are really blendy. Lines aren't so blendy. Doing circles with your pencil blends the graphite a lot better. So just doing some circles. Circles are our friend. They make blending really, really nice. Circles, circles, circles. Circles, circles, circles. Circles, circles. Alright. That's a pretty good, shade for now. Obviously, it's not black like that is. Like, that is a very, very dark color. But for now, we're going to leave it at that. So then we're going to make this section a little bit darker. And another thing that we do too is we like to block out our shades, which is something I went over a little bit in our last lesson. So as we can see with this guy over here, like there's kind of a block over here that's one shade. Over here it transitions into a little bit of a lighter shade, which kind of forms like this triangular shape. Then we have another block right here. So we're going to do that, starting out with the darker ones, which is kind of this area that I'm drawing in right now. So again, pressing very lightly with the pencil until we get that all in one shade. Alright, then this area is also pretty dark. Alright, this area is a little bit lighter, so we're going to press even lighter with our pencil. There we go. Go back in and darken this up. And then do circles, because circles are our friend. Alright. I do actually recommend that you use a real pencil for this. You can go out to an art store and buy like an HB pencil, which is, HB is like the typical pencil. You have varying levels of like, I guess darkness with your pencils. Like something like a 6B is going to be a pencil that is really, really dark. So it's really hard to get light shading on there. An H pencil is something that's like very, very light, so it's hard to get your darks with. Like this is probably, close to like an H pencil. But an HB is like a really nice in between where you can get both lights and darks. So yeah, go out to an art store, get an HB pencil, or just use like a regular traditional pencil, which kind of has like a shiny quality to it sometimes. But you know what? If you can't afford nice pencils, do what you gotta do, and that's totally fine. Also, another technique here, using your finger to smudge. The oils on your finger will like move the graphite around, and you can blend things a lot better. I don't recommend doing this a whole lot though, because it will like blend into other areas that you don't want it to. So, just another little handy dandy tool. Use it in modesty.
Now, because I'm going to be doing the same thing for a while over here, I'm just going to fast forward a little bit. So that's going to get exciting and things are going to speed up a little. So anyways, now that we're having a good old Irish merry time, I'm going to take this opportunity to go over a little bit about why the value scale I've printed out is actually important here, even though I have failed to go over it whatsoever at all in this. So I'm going to do it now. So the value scale is really helpful because a lot of times your eye deceives you on the perception of how dark or how light something is. So if I were to put the value scale up next to my drawing, I could actually see how dark or light it is and then put it up next to my drawing and see, oh, I'm actually not drawing it quite as dark as it needs to be in the image. So, very cool, fun fact, little tip there. Now I'll let you get back to that nice soothing Irish music. Alright, so this is looking pretty good.
Pretty good. Alright. Well, this is pretty much the gist of it. I'm going to let you guys finish up and do the rest. And also I'm going to stop myself before I become like really fixated on making this look nice and take up too much more of your time. But that's pretty much the basics of it all. So thank you so much for joining us. And also congrats. Incredible. But yeah, here we go. That's the basics. Thanks guys. Bye. First off, congrats for finishing your first official art piece all the way from beginning to end. That is absolutely incredible. Frame it up on the wall, put it up on the fridge, do whatever you want with it because that is awesome and you should be really proud of that. Continue with us for our next web series on color. That's going to be really awesome. Stay beautiful, stay classy, and keep on arting, my dudes. Bye!